About 2/3 of the reported sexual assault cases in Utah never make it to prosecution. That's according to recent findings released today through the Utah Women and Leadership Project.
News specialist Mike Anderson has a look at what changes researchers believe need to be made to better support survivors of those crimes.
Yeah, Utah remains at the top of the list when it comes to the number of sexual assaults, and it's been there for about the past 30 years. And right now, researchers are taking a close look at why that's happening and what needs to happen to better combat the problem. The study is based on data from several years of rape kits.
We looked at vulnerabilities for sexual assault. Who in our community are more vulnerable for sexual assault?
Dr. Julie Valentine at Brigham Young University is heading up the study with the help of the Utah Women and Leadership Project based at Utah State University.
We found that women of color, specifically Black women and Native American women, were more highly represented.
Through the data, they're getting a closer look at who's more likely to be targeted, also finding that women with mental illness rank higher too.
And when you think about that a perpetrator is going to target someone who's more vulnerable, someone with anxiety or depression who may not be engaged with a group but more in the fringes, is more vulnerable.
On a more positive note, Valentine says the number of cases where rape kits are submitted are way up, around 98% nowadays compared to around 20% a decade ago. But there is a more concerning flip side.
How many of these law enforcement screened with the prosecutors? And we found it's only about 1/3.
Valentine says the reasons vary, including survivors who decide they don't want to move forward, in part because perpetrators are usually someone they know.
You know, the betrayal that they feel, they really need support to go through this process.
She says to see more cases prosecuted, we need more resources for survivors and for law enforcement.
We create a culture where victims feel comfortable coming forward and reporting, and then we provide services.
And in addition to sending the message that you can't get away with it here, Valentine adds that through prosecution, offenders can get better treatment and counseling in helping to prevent reoffending in the future. Mike Anderson, KSL 5 News.